Why am I so charmed by this roaster? This is the Santoka X3 Master, a small infrared heating electric machine that changes what I expect from a sub $1,500 coffee roaster. Disclaimer here, Santoka sent me this unit to test and give feedback, and I decided that I wanted to make a review video. They haven't paid me a penny, and I can say whatever I want. Straight up, there is one real possible deal breaker on this roaster that I want to mention up front, and that is an issue with the app. Aside from this issue, the machine is probably the best home roaster I've ever used. The app on Android is not available on the Google Play Store. It must be downloaded from Santoka's Chinese website and installed by turning off installation protection on your Android device. I am fairly confident that Santoka is a reliable and decent company, and they're well known for producing commercial coffee roasters in Asia. But this is a really big oversight, and one that I feel a little bit uncomfortable with. I had to do the same thing with the DJI Fly app for my drone, but what's weird is that the Apple version is actually on the Apple Store, which makes it even worse because I'm not an iPhone guy, and now I feel left out. I did install it on my Android tablet and it's been fine, and I got in touch with Santoka and they acknowledged the issue and said they will look into getting it approved for the Google Play Store. If they do, I'll put an update in the pinned comment and that will be the end of it. So let's get on with reviewing the machine itself, because the features and quality of this roaster may make it worth the hassle even so. The X3 Master weighs almost as much as my Kaleido M6 at 22 kilos, despite being much smaller because the inside drum is a much thicker metal than any home roaster I've ever used. So why am I praising something for being heavy? Well, the heavy metal inner drum means that this roaster will hold onto heat a lot better than most lighter weight cage or heat resistant glass roasters, which allows you to have much more consistent temperatures and use conventional roasting wisdom to get better tasting coffee. This provides a kind of solution to what has been the biggest issue for me with home roasters that use electric heating elements. The cast iron drum of most commercial roasters is where almost all of the knowledge about roasting comes from, so following roasters' advice with direct heat roasters will lead to not bad coffee, but definitely suboptimal roasts. A good example I've experienced is hard temperature crashes, when you lower the heat to slow development. But roasting on a cage cannot really hold on to the heat, so as soon as you drop the temperature, your bean temp drops through the floor. Most roasters will agree that hard temperature crashes will lead to worse tasting coffee. That's the reason why the biggest issue I hear from people who have just started roasting at home is that their coffee tastes more boring, even than the same beans roasted on a traditional drum. If you know of places to find good info on roasting with infrared and electric home roasters, please let me know in the comments and I'll make a video about this. So by having this heavy drum, yes, you will have to wait longer for the machine to heat up, but it will hold on to heat so much better, and you can use traditional roasting techniques rather than what I think for a lot of people is a bit too much guesswork. And it's not just the metal drum that I like. The experience of using this machine really is nice. This paddle for checking the beans is finely machined and heavy and feels very premium. The wood handle here to drop the beans looks and feels great, though I did have a little trouble with this when mine first arrived. It had been dislodged and possibly bent a little bit in transit, and I had to push the metal bar down to make sure that this little sticky outy thing was properly nestled between the two magnets to keep the door closed. This little light thing is also very useful. It's directly attached, allowing you to check the beans in the window without having to use your phone torch awkwardly, and it doubles as a bean checker after you've dropped the coffee. Using this, you can check for under or over roasted beans that got caught in your batch. The hopper to load your green beans doesn't really exist. It's a bit small, but instead you just pull this hatch up and let the beans in, and it's wide enough that you can put 250 grams of beans, which is my preferred charge weight, in like a second, so you don't lose very much heat at all at the start. All the moving parts feel solid, and overall the build quality is exceptionally good. Before roasting, you just have to attach this tube to the back and put it out a window or towards an extractor fan like this one, and it does a pretty good job of removing the smoke, although my tube has gotten dinged up pretty quickly. I guess this is normal if you're taking it off all the time, and if I had a permanent roastery setup, it wouldn't be an issue. To make sure you're getting a good temperature reading, there is a probe at the front here, and a little screw underneath that you can undo to adjust the placement. This is pretty important. I ended up moving mine in just a little bit closer, as it was very sensitive to things like me sampling the beans with the paddle here. And then you've got your little chaff tray, which is a little bit small. I would say you should empty it after every batch if you can, maybe maximum maximum of 2 batches or you'll risk a little bit of smoldering. After dropping the beans, it's incredibly easy to turn the heat around and come back up to temperature for a second batch. But this cooler being right underneath the drum does affect the temperature quite a bit, as it's pretty strong and cools the beans very fast. I generally ended up leaving the next batch just 3 or 4 minutes from the previous batch so I could turn this little cooler off before I start roasting again, so the machine isn't fighting against a cooling fan, which can throw off just about any profile. As is usually the case, the app is the make or break of a home roaster. I've used some in the past that are trying so hard to keep you on the rails and make it like an automatic oven that becomes a pain in the ass to use, and others that are trying to sell you on some kind of subscription service, either with the beans or with roasting profiles, both of which I find to be a pretty bad way to monetize. You should be developing your own profiles based on the specific beans and not assume that all beans from the same country are exactly alike. You need to find suppliers that you can trust if you want good coffee, not just rely on the manufacturer sending you some overpriced subscription. Thankfully, none of that is present here. The app is very solid and easy to understand if you have even a little bit of roasting knowledge. You have a button to heat up to the selected temperature and it will idle there and make a soft bleep sound to remind you to put your beans in, but it doesn't get mad at you for not starting your roast on its timetable. And you have a charge button here, which I recommend you press just before you put your beans in, rather than just after for more accurate timings. Honestly, I do really wish that, like Artisan, there was an automatic charge detection. When you put your beans in, the temperature drops quite a bit, so it's very easy for automatic detection software to figure out when that happened. It's a bit of an oversight, but I wonder if Santoka can add this in future software updates. You can mark your steps like dry end, first crack, and second crack as well, and while they don't show up with icons like I think they should on the roast curve here, the UI does give you all the information you need in writing, with a decent update rate and the ability to save roasts and set them as background curves for repeatability. The batch size is a little small, but if you're just roasting for yourself and occasionally for your friends, you can probably do around 800 grams to a kilo or so an hour in this machine if you roast back to back, which is totally fine for personal home use for which it is intended. Due to the heavy drum, I've been having some of the best coffee I've ever roasted on a home machine, and I'm especially happy with the slightly lighter roasts, which benefit from having heavier drum's residual heat to develop more fruity flavors without needing to resort to high direct heat. I've often found that lighter Nordic style roasts on IR direct heat machines are very hard to pull off without being underdeveloped, but if I roast my lighter roast after the X3 is heated up enough, I get a similar feeling roast to what I've gotten out of bigger 5 kilo commercial drum roasters, although with a little less adaptable control due to it being electric heat and not gas, which can obviously change a lot faster. So what about the price? That's where I think the X3 is a possible game changer. The machine is only about $1,400 US, which I would say is an absolute steal for a roaster with this build quality and software for more advanced roasts. Roasters cost a lot in general, but if you're drinking 200 to 400 grams of coffee a week by yourself, and maybe roasting for friends and family, this machine will easily pay for itself in a year or so from being able to buy much cheaper green beans. On top of that, you get to roast your own coffee and improve your roasting skills more than if you had a home appliance style automatic roaster. So if you're interested in buying this machine, you can get it through Alibaba, and I've got a little discount code for you to get 10% off as well. The only catch is the minimum order is 2 on Alibaba. Unfortunately, this is a site-wide thing, but if you email once you've done your order with the code CHARLIE and ask to switch your order to 1, they'll do so and apply your 10% discount. Hopefully Santoka can find a US or UK distributor for this machine soon, so the process can be more comfortable. I've had mine for about 5 months now, and I'm sure at some point I'll need to replace the heating element as these wear down over time, so I hope by then Santoka has put these parts on AliExpress or somewhere where it's easier to order smaller parts like this. I will definitely update that in the description and pin comment along with any updates about the app. And of course, if you want to see more videos about coffee roasting, please like this video and let me know in the comments, and I'll put some more roasting videos in my plan for this year. Thanks so much for watching, you wonderfully overcaffeinated people, and I'll see you on the next one.